Start
I'm
us
ready
off,
whenever.
Callum.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first episode of Castpod in 2023. Woo! That's right, Dickety Dickety, because the Kaiser took 20 from us. But yes, welcome. Go on.
I was going to say everything's grown now, but that seems kind of lame compared to your bit.
That's okay. We're all about lame bits here.
It's pretty much how this entire thing started.
Yeah, pretty much. And
I was thinking about how to explain that. I was thinking about how to explain that on Disney Desk, where I'm like, yeah, me and my friend Nick started to do a podcast, and then two of my friends retaliated with their own podcast, and now it just keeps existing.
That's right.
It's revived every couple of months to weeks.
More or less. Just
to keep it going. Just to keep the
the
rivalry alive.
It's the Castpod of spite.
Mm-hmm. I'm feeling pretty spiteful right now.
I'm feeling spiteful. Mm-hmm. How about you? I'm feeling spiteful. Sure. I didn't know where I was going with that.
That was great.
Panic.
Because we're very organized here. But we're just saying how we're getting things started, like the Muppets do. And so we're starting off this new year with some resolutions or goals for the year. So I thought we could go around and say, what are our goals? Maybe not personally, but goals maybe for Castpod in general. Or if you want to just do personal goals and let that out there, go for it.
I have no personal goals.
Perfect.
I've peaked in life.
Yeah, you and Shadow. I've never seen you and Shadow the Hedgehog in the same room, so I'm assuming you are Shadow, the ultimate life form.
No, I'm
yeah,
Tails.
You can't.
What? Well, he does run as fast as Sonic and can also fly, so maybe he's the ultimate life form.
Yeah, they fly now.
You know, that movie's a turd, but I do love that line.
That movie's a turd.
But man, it gave us some great memes, and you know what? You can't take that away from it.
I do appreciate memes.
I can start. I actually have a couple different ones. So in terms of Castpod goals, for me, I really want to bump up the video game content. As you guys know, I've been obsessed with God of War Ragnarok recently, and I would love to do a lot more video game content where I do story-based games or do like really convoluted challenges in games. I bring up God of War because I recently defeated one of the sort of final secret bosses, the Berserker King, and slowly lost my mind on stream while doing it. And I don't know, I want to push myself to be more entertaining and do more sort of streamed content like that. I think that would be fun, especially for a lot of games that have like New Game Plus. I would love to play through those because I'm hesitant to do solo player games or single player story games on stream because I'm like, I just want to absorb the story, man. But
yeah,
in the case of something like that, I actually think, on games I've already played, I would love to go through them again and just talk about why I think they're well written.
Have you played Red Dead Redemption at all?
Believe it or not, I never beat the first one, and I never got the second one. It's one of those games where I'm like, oh, I'll buy it eventually, and then I just keep forgetting.
Maybe I'll lend you my copy of Red Dead 2, because I have a physical copy. And
ooh,
that could be.
I was going to say, did they still even make physical copies? Yeah, that's a game I think would be fun. Obviously I need to finish Cuphead because, according to Tom, I'm most entertaining when I'm miserable. I work well as the butt of the joke. I'm not going to sugar. Like, I know what I am. I know I'm funniest when I'm getting a pie thrown in my face. But yeah, that's something I definitely want to do. I definitely, we talked a little bit about, I want to do more Explains episodes because I've been working on I'd say magnum opus, but it's more of a manifesto at this point. Like, I'm pretty sure my research for this is probably on a government watch list, and you guys will have to wait and see what that means. And in terms of personal goals, I really want to dunk a basketball this year. That was something out of nowhere during the pandemic. I'm like, fuck it. I want to learn how to dunk a I want to dunk a basketball. I'm like several inches taller than Allen Iverson, and he could do it. John Morant can do it, and I'm taller than him. Why can't I do it? So basically, I've been working on my legs. I've been working on jumping exercises. Someday, I will dunk a damn basketball.
I hope you do.
Yeah, it's a dumb goal, but it's my goal.
I think it's a pretty legit goal, honestly.
Yeah,
right.
I agree.
Like, again, I used to say, and this is something my brother picked up on or said that I kind of brought in as one of my mantras too. Like, if I could, I would gladly give up 5 years of my life to dunk a basketball like in a game. And it doesn't even need, like, you know, just like a good tomahawk slam, like the kind of dunk that makes people go, oh, because it's like, all right, I could live to 95, or I can have an iconic moment where I dunk a basketball. I think that's a good trade.
I'd say so.
I mean, a lot of professional athletes and like professional wrestlers, especially, they're all dead like by 50. So
yeah, who needs 95?
Exactly.
Yeah, no, they're actually now they're all like taking care of themselves and living longer and like wrestling in their 50s. But like, there was a hot period in the early 2000s and like late 90s where it's like, oh, you reached the age of like, it's like you reach the age of like 45, you can either keel over at any second or you're gonna live to be like a dinosaur.
Oh god.
There was no in between. Like no one was like, it was like, oh, like he died at like 77 from like no like issues with like drugs in the past or something like that. It was like surrounded by family. It was just like, oh, like this guy's still alive to this day. It's like Ric Flair looks like a raisin, and he's still like kicking.
As ghoulish as it sounds, that it just the idea of being a pro wrestler who lived just reminds me of a bit from American Dad where he says the line, he like looks a man in the eye and goes, "You'll live, but not well." Yeah, that's a big one. And then the other one is gain weight. I've been stuck at 180 for the last 2 years, and I am tired of everyone who's seen me for the first time in a while being like, "Oh my god, you're so little," and I'm like,
He's
okay,
just a little guy.
Yeah,
He's
like I know
a
it's
little guy.
You know, it's hard to keep weight up when you're not going to Retro Fitness every day and getting one of their mocha peanut butter shakes. You don't realize how much fat that actually is and like how bulked up you get when you're not like constantly on creatine and whey protein.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What kind of resolutions do you have, Callum?
I have a few different ones. I'd say for Castpod specifically, like you said, I like to do more episodes, specifically of the explain stuff. I'm excited to explain some things. I've got a few ideas planned. I also, too, would like to do more gaming. Recently, as you guys know, I've updated some technology of mine. And I've been looking into like messing with Streamlabs and stuff a bit more to try to make it more like personalized and look more like a proper stream. And I've figured out some cool stuff, so I'm excited to come back into that. I can't really make a statement now of like how frequent it will be or when I'll even like start trying to do it frequently, but hopefully, you know, I'll start doing it a bit more regularly. And then on other projects, I'm hoping to get back into making some YouTube videos when the weather warms up a bit. I've got lots of footage that I never did anything with, and that's just kind of been out of laziness mostly. So I'll try to do more of that in the future.
I was going to say, you have a whole new ecosystem to make videos in. You haven't really done any like animal questing videos since you moved out to the West, huh?
No, I know. And part of that is because
Danny, what is it you?
Well, yeah, Danny can't really be involved, which is unfortunate. So any content with him is going to be difficult. But also, just the first semester was just so busy that I didn't even really get to go out and do anything. So I pretty much only went out to do wildlife things like twice since I moved here. And so I'm hoping that in the future I'll get to do that more. Definitely in the next summer. I'm expecting to get a lot of outdoor time, which will be cool. But yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that. And then let's see, other more personal things I would say. Definitely fitness is important and is on the list. I've been going to the gym a lot more often because I went to the gym a lot over the summer and definitely like bulked up. But now I'm more focused on, I guess, slimming down a bit and getting more like fit looking rather than just kind of strong. So that's my goal. Like basically, if I can get back to the six pack, that would be pretty cool.
I will say, between you and Danny, I was very unnerved how, like, that I'm not the fit one anymore. That, like, in a general rule in a friend circle, you have to feel confident that you're the one who could beat everyone up, not vice versa. And now I've gone hard in the other direction, and it's very concerning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Danny put in a lot of work, and I'm definitely
Dude looks phenomenal.
yeah, I'm jealous of his progress. But I mean, he's been working at it so hard. Like he put so much more dedication into it than I think I ever could, and so obviously he benefits from that. But I will definitely be at least making more of an effort this year to get into it, and I'm looking forward to seeing how much progress I can make. My main goal is basically like look slightly more fit by the beginning of summer, like May, because then I go on vacation and I want to look good in vacation photos.
Nice. Gotta always look
If
stunning
I'm
for your videos.
That's right.
That's right.
if I don't get stuck looking at myself in the mirror, being like, "Oh my God, who is this beautiful stranger?" and then starving to death, I haven't done it right. That's my attitude.
That's how you do it. And then what about you, Kevin?
Hi, I'm Kevin. First time caller, long time listener.
Please don't say the N word.
We don't have it. Our like censor button isn't as good as it could be. Like we're gonna be cutting it close.
All right. So, he's gonna. First things first. Like everyone else, I gotta look super buff. I got about a year and a half ish to look super good in a suit.
Yeah, true.
So like I gotta do that. Gotta be a priest for Tom's wedding. And I gotta look like I know what I'm doing. And if I can't present like I know what I'm doing, I'm at least gonna look good.
Yeah, no one will pay attention to what you're saying if you look great.
Yeah. And I don't think I'm allowed to be drunk at the time, which is rather unfortunate.
Well,
Once again,
I figured that.
I don't think I don't know. It's not that
We'll figure that out when we get there,
Yeah. That'll be a day of. Hey Kevin, you ready? Me? Am I ready?
It's gonna be a fun time.
I'm stoked for that, and I'm super happy for them.
Yeah.
They better have coffee, so help me God.
Big coffee guy loves to talk.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of that, you're gonna really like one bit from Disney Desk coming up.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm excited for that.
I might have made a fun, dumb reference.
Can you imagine if Tom just doesn't have alcohol at his wedding because he's like, well, I don't drink it.
I'm going to have a flask regardless. I want that to be clear right now. I'm going, like, I got actually from one of my coworkers gave me a flask for Christmas.
Really? Oh, that's
Yeah,
kind of cool.
because I need it. I mean, what? And
Um,
I wanna. It's gonna come with me to every wedding from now on. I will deal with the consequences of my actions if they are to arise.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I should join you. I know the consequence of my actions, or I just don't shut up.
I kid. I kid. I have a wife, so she has to deal with the consequences of my actions.
That's right.
Um,
But
Gosh.
also,
I feel
I
like
want to.
Tom would just be like, Kevin's coming to our wedding. Kevin and Carter, and like I know my friends. I can't not have a bar.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
Aaron's family is also
The consequence.
Irish,
I
so
was gonna say
Um,
at least Aaron we can count on.
yeah. Um,
um,
but also, I want to try and get a new job.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Uh, Current job, it's not worth the money and the effort, and it's not a hard job. I'm not gonna lie and be like, oh, it's the most difficult job in the planet. It's not a
Hmm.
hard job if you're not a toddler. Um, but it's getting to a point now where I'm like, I think I've overstayed my welcome,
Mm.
and I'm gonna just I'm gonna ride off into the distance. Also, one of the girls that just started today apparently lives in my apartment complex,
Oh.
and I'm not a fan of that. Uh, I try.
Oy, oy.
I keep my personal life and my work life very, very out of touch. Unfortunately, a couple of coworkers before her didn't have to learn where I live for like taking care of pets and stuff, which is kind of sucks.
Hmm.
But in my perfect world, I will not have. None of my coworkers would know where I live, and I would like to keep it that way, just because it's like I already got to work with these people, and it's like, sure, I'm friends with them outside of work too, like some of them, but it's just like I want to keep my vibe separate.
Yeah,
I want to.
I think that's fair.
I'll cause the problems, and I'll contact them and talk to them, but I'm not gonna like. If your boy's home, we're not gonna see each other.
Yeah, I've kind of always been of the mindset that like if I'm at work or like a work situation, I don't treat it as like social hangout time. I'm like I'm here to do the job and go home.
Yeah,
Oh my God, I wish my field was more like that.
and like
It's yeah, it's just like
it's a good philosophy, honestly.
yeah, I think so. And I feel like you're more productive that way. And then like I don't know. I mean, it's like when I worked at the nature center with Kevin.
Hmm.
Oh
All I
yeah.
did was do the work and leave.
It
I
was
didn't do anything else.
hilarious because I would be the only individual on the entire staff that would know he was there. People would legitimately question, like, it's like, oh, did Callum come in today? It's like, yeah, he did animal care and left. Did you? How did you not see him? Because I've learned over the years of being friends with Callum and being roommates and shit that we, I have this sonar for Callum where I don't know how I always can pick him out in a crowd, but I can. And
That's a good skill to have.
there was times in college where you tried to sneak up to me, and I would just turn around and be like, "What are you doing?" Like
Uh,
I remember there was one time behind the dining hall that legit happened, and you're just
I
like,
know.
uh.
I like sneaking up on people.
Uh, uh,
What? What's
Callum,
that?
as your lead, you want to workshop that one, champ?
I like to surprise people from behind.
Uh,
Is it better?
as your legal counsel, would you like to delete this episode?
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's all cool. It's chill.
It's chill. It's chill.
Um,
Mhm.
but another thing, or actually more on the lines of like Castpod related stuff.
Hmm.
I too want to get more content out, but I think I want to set like goals and challenges for it. You know, like not
Right.
Yeah.
like I want to try and find small goals and be like, all right, this this is an idea I have. We're gonna execute this somehow. Here's how we execute it. Here's how we make it and stuff like that. And I want to do like more edited content as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say like other than resolutions and stuff. Yeah, I wanted to set some goals because I remember when I started the C&D Save the World channel with Danny, I was like, I want to get 50 subscribers by the end of the year. And we made it to 44, and then we never made another video. So yeah, I want to make some fun goals that we can try to shoot for.
Yeah. So have some fun goals. Another thing, like I wanna get like a long series going of some kind, like outside of just like a normal like podcast episode or something like that. I want to have like a long overarching series, which if you saw in the Discord, might be the idea of what's happening.
That is exactly what I was thinking.
Because that campaign's effectively dead in the water.
Rest in peace.
Pretty much.
Pour one out for my dead homies.
I love that character too.
Yeah. Me too, kid. Me too.
So I want to get like some more like long form story content out.
Yeah,
I think that'd be fun.
Definitely want to do that too.
Bring back the Fullback Wrestling Association.
Oh Christ!
No, it's fine. It's this time around. It's everyone's looking good. No one's looking like crap. Funny bits.
But yeah, that's my yeah, that's a goal. I would love to do like some kind of narrative campaign of something. Not necessarily D&D. I'm open to like any sort of hoo-ha. That's not the right word, but
that is not.
Yeah, any sort of. I've been reading. I like collecting tabletop games, even though I've never like directed one, as it were. That would be fun. Yeah, that sort of thing. Also, in general, more like game-based stuff because I started playing God of War Ragnarok over basically from like Black Friday through the Christmas season, and I was like, man, when was the last time I just played a game for like 4 straight hours? And I'm like, this is really nice. I like this. And finding opportunities to do stuff like that would be really nice. Even if it's not necessarily for content, even if it's just like for me.
Yeah, sometimes it's just fun. And honestly, that's kind of what I want to focus on is just us having fun with it,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I mean, if it becomes a job, then you're less motivated to do it. I think a lot of the times.
Right.
Like,
I think.
Go on.
Well, I was going to say, I think that's why me and Sydney push really like doing the for Disney Desk. We do like the Carter's never seen, Sydney's never seen, like ones that feel more like opportunities as opposed to like, oh, we're doing an episode. Because like it's nice to like, because it's fun to like see something new and then have like the perspective of somebody else. Like finding ways to make it more like a game for yourself than necessarily a piece of content on your platform is very helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, something I want to try and get into is editing software. I want to definitely.
Yes.
I want to pick some of that up for other series and stuff like that. Not Castpod. We thrive on just having a disastrous episode that occasionally gets canceled halfway through.
It's real.
Sometimes I'm not hearable. But it's fun having it unrestricted.
Yeah. I think people like the straightforwardness of it,
Yeah, I would definitely recommend Pro Tools. I'm not currently using that because it's expensive, but like if you have a budget, Pro Tools is great. It's crisp. It's like GarageBand but on turbo drive and has like a lot of built-in stuff. Although I'll say I was spoiled because at NYU, Pro Tools we also had like a database of sound effects from different studios that they let us borrow. But
what do you use right now?
Right now, I've just been using GarageBand.
I didn't know that you could make like videos and stuff with it.
Oh well, I edit the episodes in like Disney Desk episodes in GarageBand, but you can also like transfer that stuff to iMovie or whatever. But yes,
I see. Because you're just working
yeah,
on the audio and stuff. Gotcha.
yeah. In terms of video, I was always a fan of After Effects because you can edit in there too. But that's also because After Effects is great for animation because it's very like I don't know. I find it very simple in terms of like its frame by frameness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to.
I also want to sneeze less on.
I was about to say. Yeah, I
I
want
want to put my
to.
mask on. Hold on.
I want to learn how to edit some things better. Editing is my least favorite thing in the video making process. I've found. It's also partially because the editing software that I have used is just the basic. It's not
Windows
Movie Maker, but it's like I don't think it's just. Yeah, I don't think it's called Movie Maker anymore. It's just like
Yeah,
when
they
you
made
go
some
to
name for it.
photos or whatever. It's just like I don't know,
It's
video
just edit.
editor, yeah. And it is crap. Like, you know,
Yes.
it you can do very limited things like cut clips together and maybe put text on the screen, but you don't get to choose where. So I would like to use better editing software. However, I don't particularly want to pay for editing software. So I have to
Which
find
is
like
the
a
catch
good
22.
free one, you know? Yeah, I much prefer making like recording videos than editing them. So that'll be a fun thing for me to learn.
I think editing's one of those things where I won't enjoy it. However, it's like I'll get into that zone, like auto zone,
Yeah, get in the zone.
Oh yeah.
and just be like, all right, what am I like? What am I working on right now? And then I just kind of zone out, like with something else playing off to the side, and it just suddenly ends up done.
Yeah, I think I probably could do that, but the other problem I have is partially not having a good editing software because I don't want to pay for stuff. Is like I have these ideas where I'm like, oh, it'd be really cool if I did something like this, but it's like way out of my league of knowledge on how to do that. I think it's just because I have consumed so much YouTube content that I see what can be done when making a video. And so I'm like, oh, it'd be really funny or entertaining if I could make this happen. But God, I have no clue how to do that.
Yes.
So that's frustrating because I'm like, this video could be better. I just don't really know how to do it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'll say that's the thing that I'm spoiled about because I got to go to a fancy film school is we just had these huge rooms with all the editing software. And it was like a social club. You know, you'd be at your little computer, you'd have although they cracked down on having snacks in the room for obvious reasons.
No.
They would have like a little like setup outside the room with like coffee and tea and Biscoff. And you'd be showing people your stuff, and like there'd be like 7 people at any given time who could explain to you like, oh, you want to do this? Here's how you do that. So for me, editing is like a chill, like listen to lo-fi beats activity, but I also had the technology.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I do not. But we'll make it work.
We'll figure something out for that.
Mm.
And then I think there's a couple of ideas that we have like pretty well hashed out enough that we can easily get them going this year without and when I say this year, I mean like in the near-ish future.
Yeah, I mean, we've got our ideas like channel is like full of good stuff, and then I think we all individually have other like things that we want to make.
Right.
Yeah, there's I just see Calum's message from the 27th.
Yeah, I was looking at that too. That'll be fun.
Um, yeah, but there's some good ideas that we have. I think one that we can definitely like. Kevin explains pro wrestling will return. Callum explains anime will return.
For sure.
Yes,
Carter
we're
explains
doing.
football will return.
Yes, we have an episode set up relatively soon where I'll explain Callum how the season went and what's at stake in the playoffs.
Because I sure haven't paid attention.
I mean, I knew that. But Tom, in a surprising situation, has.
A shocking turn of events.
I know. What's
Would have
up
never
with that?
guessed that in a million years.
Who convinced him? Was it Aaron?
It was kind of Aaron. It was mostly Aaron.
Yeah, it seems like something Aaron would do.
Dang it. I'm losing my non-sports people.
I think also, like, some things we can possibly mention is Carter explains.
All right, you know what? We might as well announce it. I'm doing Carter Explains Broadway.
Yeah,
I'm
baby.
a guy. I've worked in theater for a lot of my career, and I've been working, like I said, like the feds have been trying to break into my house to keep me from spreading the gospel. They don't want my message out because it's so powerful. Yeah, that's how I'll explain this. This internet content we're doing. That's a totally normal way to describe it.
Sure.
But anywho, so we're doing that. I'm gonna do it's basically a project that will go through the history of Broadway from the sort of like the proto years, like before there was a Broadway, to the modern day. I've been working on an actual physical syllabus because I thought that would be fun. Still a little work, but yeah, I'm very excited. I think it's going to be a cool project because Broadway is the one true, like, kind of wholly American art form. Like, it doesn't, like, America made. It's the one art form America made kind of by itself. So that's really exciting for me.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that. And also I think one of the running bits of that show will be Carter gives us a rubric for us to make our own Broadway. Is it our own Broadway spoofs of the song, or is it the style?
I will be flexible, but I'm willing to be flexible if I think it's creative enough. It's kind of like Chopped, where sometimes they'll let it slide if you don't include one of the ingredients.
It's true. If it tastes good enough and the plating is nice.
Yeah.
It's all Gucci Gang. All right.
Yes. Creativity can trump strict rule adherence.
Also, I'm assuming it would be all Castpod related songs.
Yes.
Of course.
Well, see, that's not negotiable.
I can make that work.
Easily.
I made a musical once.
There was a guy who didn't like musicals. That's a YouTube play for those of you playing along at home.
I wanted to make a YouTube musical, but they wouldn't let me. They said, we can't have Jenna Marbles in a musical. And I said, why not?
Oh, you knew that. Oh, yeah.
That's a true story. That was a true story.
Bagels and lox every Saturday.
We're trying to come up with ideas of what the musical would be for our music theory class, and I was like, YouTube the musical. And Elliot, last name, was like, you can't put Jenna Marbles in it. It's inappropriate. I'm like, we are like 16, 17, sir. What do you mean?
And yet he played Michael Jordan in Space Jam.
Should have been me.
That's all that needs to be said.
Yeah.
What are you in Space Jam, Cal?
I was the announcer of the basketball game. I know.
The man of 1,000 voices, and that's what they give you?
I was voted second to play Bugs Bunny. I was like one vote away from being Bugs Bunny. But, their loss.
This is an actual outrage from like 30 years ago.
An outrage. A disgrace.
I want a recount.
Give me a recount. I know something I've talked about it in the past with Callum too. Just completely shutting down the musical content.
Yeah,
Got to save my fresh ideas before I think of them.
of course.
Um, what's it called? We've talked about doing some short form content like YouTube Shorts and
Yes.
TikToks and the other social medias. Grumble,
Mhm,
grumble. I'm an
mhm.
old man.
They're all pretty much the exact same thing, just on different platforms. YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, TikToks, Facebook does them as well. Just like short little video things.
Mm-hmm. Nothing super crazy.
No, but I think it would be good to do. And I see Disney Desk has been putting out stuff like that, so that's a good inspiration. Because I think that's
partially because I'm like, if I have to edit another hour-long episode, I'm gonna scream.
I think it's a good idea though, because like it's one of I think the easiest ways to market podcasts and things, market anything really, but like especially podcasts is just take like 30 seconds of a part that was funny or entertaining or something, make it its own little clip and post it on other social medias, and then boom, you've got tons of people coming across short form content and they want to see the longer version, then they go and watch the whole episode or listen to it. Now you say something.
I thought Carter was going to interpret more, but apparently not.
I was going to say, well, all right. I will say that's all credit to Sydney. She, like I said, I have very little patience for promoting my own work. I get very antsy about it, which is kind of why my career is where it is. But yeah,
I feel the same.
Yeah, it's difficult because you're like, what if people think it's duty?
Yeah,
so I don't want to be
big duty.
Yeah, we're a generation taught to not be cringe, and sharing sincere, like, hey, I made this, I hope you like it, is considered cringe.
Yeah, the only reason that C&D Saves the World has a Facebook page is because of Danny. I never wanted it, and I don't like uploading on it, but he is social media man, and so
he knows
it exists now. Yeah,
he knows.
But I just I just like cringe at the thought of it. And it's not because I am not proud of the content we make or anything, but it's like you were saying, it's like I don't really like telling other people about things that I make, and I definitely don't want to just like shove it in people's faces. I much prefer like making a thing and hoping people come along. But that is not the best model if you want to grow. So
correct.
It's still just like Facebook. Who uses Facebook, you know?
Yeah.
If you have Minions memes, or now my whole thing is Bluey memes because I liked one, and I'm like, oh god, is this like the Minions?
It is the Minions, basically.
Yeah, I watched one mobile game ad for 1 second too long, and now it's the only thing I see.
Oh god. Why do we live like this?
I don't know. It's the age of social media.
Yeah. Another thing that I think it should be able to happen relatively soon. I don't think we're fully casted for it. Is once again shutting down the idea mid sentence in conversation.
Of course.
Is a little bit of a D&D campaign on the more adventure side of things, and this is somewhat of the first time that I'm giving Callum and Carter actual knowledge about it, besides just, yeah, this is a thing in a vague letter. Made a little posted, like a want ad, basically, and it says gold in big letters, right off the top. Really did catch the attention.
I've been working on my character since you sent it. Spoiler alert: they're gonna be a mouse.
Oh, they're not an elf.
Oh my god, I wanted to die.
Elf.
That was the most absurd D&D like session 0 ever, where everyone was somehow wanted to be an elf except for one. Did Anthony switch last second, or did he want to be a tiefling?
Anthony switched last second, and I think
I thought it was Dan.
Dan switched last second to a half elf.
I think Anthony wanted to be a tiefling the whole time.
Okay. but like out of all the entire party, almost everybody was an elf.
which is insane.
It's
Because like
it wasn't discussed either. It wasn't like
nobody talked about it.
it was just kind of funny.
I was like, this makes sense for my character to be an elf, and then everybody was like, yeah, me too. I'm like,
Yeah.
no.
That was quite funny.
And I think I missed session 0, so Kevin was coming in like, hey, could you not be an elf? And I'm like,
Yeah.
can I be a frog? Is there a frog race?
No, you were an elf at first.
Was I an elf at first?
You were
original
a high
character was an
elf.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Alistair Morningstar or whatever his name was.
Mhm.
Edwin Guard,
Edwin Garth, that's it.
which I stole from a script I also wrote.
But yeah,
Nice.
the campaign is set in that universe. I mentioned this to Callum.
Mhm.
It's basically happening concurrent to the campaign.
Oh, that's fun.
So, for example, where we last left off about 3 years ago at this point, a little exaggerating, not super much.
The Earth wasn't round. It was kind of still like block. It was still kind of like a jagged shape in space. Like
Yeah, it was a little
enough
lumpy.
meteors hadn't hit to make it circular yet. The
But
space dust was still condensing.
there was, they ran into this adventurer named Resdwin, famed adventurer, that I'm going to talk like this the entire time. And he encountered the party a couple of times, and he's he noticed something that seems a little bit off, and he's gonna investigate. But his ad, after it says gold, it says, calling adventurers, known explorer looking for assistance on a new exciting expedition, in need of individuals with a sense of adventure, a need to escape, a need of a thesis, or a want of untold fame. Contact Resdwin in the sizzling Salamander Tavern in Jai-Town on the eve of the summer solstices for more information.
Yeah. And
Workshopping
I'm
ideas for our
excited.
character as we speak.
And
Oh yeah, I'm thinking.
I'm pretty close to getting it started, because I'm gonna play it very like not plan like outside the vague arc of it, not have a lot planned out, because I don't want to spoil too much for the campaign unintentionally. But also, once again, that campaign's probably dead. The only thing that it's going to be more of up to you guys, and I guess kind of me too, is I feel like it would be best with one, maybe two more people if you want to shop some possible other players.
We should bully Jason into it. He's still in the one chat.
Dude, I just didn't want to play.
Yeah, he was just like, yeah, let me know if you're doing another one. Okay, we're doing another one. No.
Oh, he just never looks at anything.
Yeah.
Does he just sit in a metal box and just tinker with things? Is that his bit?
He's
Also,
never explained it properly.
For the ad, Callum, I want you to bring up the ad on like one of your monitors
Sure.
that Resdwin had, and I want you to zoom real close into right under the O and the L of gold.
The O and I gotta
Right underneath.
Hey. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, I see the little text. What is that? What does that say? Oh, yeah. Let me zoom.
Jesus.
I wonder if he's got a good enough view of it. I intentionally made it hard to see.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Well, let me zoom.
You might have to open it in the browser if you haven't done that.
I got it in the browser.
Nice. Just do Control Plus.
Did not know that was a thing that I could do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, I got you, buddy. I didn't even know.
gold is not guaranteed. How it says.
It is that.
Oh
what
my
it says. Real tiny like that.
I see another one under
Yep.
A want of untold fame. What does that say? Fame not guaranteed?
It does.
Oh my god. You monster.
I made that real intentional too. It's funny,
Right.
is it not?
So, is anything guaranteed?
Known explorer looking for assistance.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's gonna happen in this world I built for our another friend's campaign, and it's gonna be more of a it's gonna be more puzzle based. It's gonna be a little bit more role playing based as opposed to like combat every session kind of a thing. Like
Yeah, I think that'll be cool.
I'll be playing as a DM PC, as I'm calling it. Res Dwin, known adventurer, and we will see who helps him on his adventures whenever that gets released.
That's true. I'm looking forward to it.
As the kids say, da 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 da.
They do say that.
Yeah.
Can't stop them from saying it.
There's got to be a story time of me having me picking up Molly in Connecticut and just the madness that ensues when I pick up her from Connecticut. All right. Does anyone have any final thoughts or final like? Oh yeah, we can also do this. Callum, care to have a surprise announcement?
Dun 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 dun. I don't have anything.
Love it. All right.
Yeah.
I think we kind of covered everything.
All right. You know what, Carter, send us home. Castpod
Thank
Dickety
you
Dickety
for-
3. Let's.
Oh man, we're changing the game this year. I'm doing outros. Everything's new. Everything's fresh. It's the new Super Mario Brothers of podcasts. You better believe it, brothers and sisters, and everything in between. We're coming at you hard. We're coming at you cool. We're bringing the pain. We're bringing the game. We're changing the game. We're out on the streets, but keeping an eye on the street. Wall Street. We're mixing it up. We're keeping it straight. We're keeping it fixed. We're 100 years. Castpod.
And then the moon.
2023, 2025. To the moon, to the moon. Yes, indeed. We're reinventing the wheel, but at the same time respecting the wheel, paying tribute to the wheel, respecting our ancestors while changing what our ancestors made. We're doing it all on a podcast. Invest in Carter Coin, please. I'm in severe debt.
Also, listen to us on Disney Desk coming out soon.
Get ready for Castpod
yes,
NFTs.
Sunday.
Castpod NFTs are coming. Castpod.
No, you monster.
I spent so much money on them. Oh, but yes, also Sunday, Disney Desk, Castpod. We talk about a fun topic. You'll probably guess it if you know any three of us.
It's butts.